Welcome. My name is Sue McCleaf-Nespeca, and I'm here today to share some suggested books to accompany one of the 5 practices from the Every Child Ready to Read project. I'm going to be highlighting now play or playing, and the books I'm going to recommend are for children ages 3 to 5. First, some tips. I think it's very important to encourage pretend play, even in your library setting. If you can have any stuffed animals, puppets, dress-up clothing, crowns, magic wands, it's all wonderful for pretend play. When kids are doing that in a free time, they will be telling stories and using words. It's wonderful. We need to provide some activities for small motor skills, such as playing with blocks, alphabet letters, or puzzles with 12 to 50 pieces for children these ages. We also want to provide some play experiences such as playing in water, playing in sand, of course using Play-Doh, finger painting, anything that will allow children to use small motor skills or actually all their 5 senses. And then finally, singing and dancing, perfect extensions for play, wonderful to do in story time. Hopefully you'll have some simple musical instruments and a lot of fun music that kids can dance to. That's just a lot of fun to do. So let's look at some books that lend themselves naturally to play. This is by Eric Litwin, and it's a series called, well, it's about the nuts. They're called The Nuts. And this is Sing and Dance in Your Polka Dot Pants. Now, all of these books by Eric Litwin, you can go to the publisher's website and download songs to go along with the book. So you read the story, and then you can do a song at the end. So that's get the kids up, you get them up and moving. The song for this one is called the Polka Dot Pants Dance, which is actually in the back of the book. I'm going to try to remember the tune. Polka dot doo-doo-doo, polka dot pants, polka dot pants, polka dot doo-doo-doo, polka dot pants dance. Go up, go down, go up, go round and round, go up, go down, go up, go round and round. But it's all set to music. It's a perfect little dance to do after you shared the nuts, sing and dance in your polka dot pants. These books by Tulay lend themselves well to play. This one's called Let's Play. This one is called Mix It Up. I like this one because it leads naturally to an extension of mixing colors. The book is talking to the reader. It says, with one finger, take a little bit of the blue and just touch the yellow. Rub it in, and what do you get? Yes, you get green. Now take a little bit of the red and rub it all over the blue, and what do you get? Purple. So it's just a perfect book to lead to, color mixing afterwards. This one is called Morigami. I'll get it out yet. This is about a little boy who sees a person making origami, and they are making a crane, and he is just thrilled. He wants to learn how to fold paper, to learn to be a master paper folder and make a crane. So he's trying on everything in the house, from newspapers to money out of his parents' wallet, and they're getting a little disgusted with that, so they want him to stop that. And so he finds this restaurant, where the guy will let him come in and fold napkins. So he's enjoying doing that, but while he's doing that, he's also practicing his crane, and finally he gets it. Now, what I like about this book is, in the back, there is directions that one can fold their own origami ladybug. The crane's kind of difficult, so this one is a little bit easier, the ladybug. So that's Morigami. The next book I'd like to talk about is If You're a Monster and You Know It. This is by Rebecca and Ed Emberley. It is to the tune of the song If You're Happy and You Know It. But of course there's a lot of interesting movements for the monster. If you're a monster and you know it, snort and growl. If you're a monster and you know it, snort and growl. And then we have smack our claws. If you're a monster, smack your claws. Stomp your paws. Twitch your tail. Kids love that one, twitching their tail. That's always a lot of fun to do. Wiggle your warts. I don't know how you wiggle your warts. You can figure that out. And then the ending is give a roar. So again, you can sing along. And this book also has a song you can download. So you can download the song for that. I know a lot of you know the classic book Caps for Sale. This was a sequel that came out quite a number of years later, called Caps for Sale and the Mindful Monkeys. I always enjoyed the original book because I love to share it. I would put the book down in the middle of story time and I'd get up and I'd shake my fist and jump up and down just like the peddler does. And kids would jump and do it and they just loved it. So this is the sequel, and there are some things you can act out here. I'm just going to read a little section that you can act out. It says, the monkeys were busy too. Some were scratching their bellies. Some were combing their hair. Some were eating their supper, and they were all looking at him. So there's a lot of different monkey actions you can do and act out what they're doing, their motions, and do some little monkey rhymes at the end. I Got the Rhythm is a story about a girl who has the rhythm, and there's rhythm in it. I got the rhythm with my hands, clap, clap. I keep the rhythm with my fingers, snap, snap. I shook a rhythm with my hips, shake, shake. I felt the rhythm with my knees, knock, knock. Again, it's a perfect book to get kids up on their feet and act it out with rhythm. And then you could do any kind of rhythm activities afterwards with some lummy sticks or rhythm sticks or clapping to syllables, whatever. It's perfect for rhythm. Now, there are some books by this publisher, Nosy Crow, and they're redoing a lot of the folk tales, which I think is good. They're new editions, they're bright colors, maybe a tad more child appealing than some of the older books that have been around for a while. There's Jack and the Beanstalk. They're doing lots of them. There's Little Red Riding Hood. The one I'm going to show today or talk about today is the one, The Three Little Pigs. I love to tell the Three Little Pigs in story time. It's perfect to divide the kids into story time into two sections. Have one group say, little pig, let me come in. Have the other group say, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. So, it gets them involved with the storytelling or narrative skills. It's also a perfect little book to act out the story afterwards. I want to just show you the inside so you can see the colorful illustrations. But it's a wonderful little story to act out. I like to act it out with my houses. I actually have a wolf puppet, and then I have the houses. Now, you don't have to make yours as fancy. This has actual straw on it. This is the house of straw. But you could just use yellow poster board and actually, like a marker or something to make what looks like straw. I used actual straw, but you don't have to do that. But anyhow, you can act it out. I might have the kids hold this. One would be the first little pig that lives in a house of straw. Here's the house of wood. I have little twigs on it. And this is the house of brick, and it was sponge painted. So again, it's a perfect little story to act out. I'm just showing you some simple little props that you can use with that story. Well, I think all kids like robots, and this is called, And the Robot Went, ... Has a lot of interesting things in it. We got sounds like bang and boo. The nosy fox looked in the box. The eager beaver pulled the lever, and the wicked witch flicked the switch, and the robot went click, bang, boo. And it keeps building up each time with these sounds and more animals that are helping to put this robot together. And at the end of the story, he is together, and he kind of goes off into the sunset there at the end. This is there's some wonderful natural extensions after this. I mean, there are robot rhymes, but also just having kids possibly building their own robots out of, well, it could be something like Legos, or, I've even used like foil, aluminum foil, where they can fashion it and mold it into what looks like a robot. So it lends itself well to a lot of extensions that they can do. Barnyard Boogie is a perfect one to later get out the musical instruments for them to play. Some simple music instruments. This is a boogie. It's done in rhyme. The Barnyard Band is performing today, and all the musicians are ready to play. Horse brings the tuba, oompa doompa doo. Goat swings the sax, honka wonka woo. Again, I love the rhyme in this. But what can cow do? Cow can only moo. Cat bows the fiddle, zinga zinga zee. Pig plays piano, plinka plinka plee. But what can cow do? Cow can only moo. You start to feel a little sorry for cow? Okay, it's all right. Let me show you what cow's going to do. The crowd is waiting to hear the show. How will they start? When will they go? Who will lead the band? Who? Cow, of course! And a one and a moo instead of a one and a two. So cow's gonna lead the band with all the happy, so a perfect extension to play instruments afterwards. Oh, we're gonna end with a Pete the Cat, the book. I know a lot of people like Pete the Cat. This is Pete the Cat and the Cool Cat Boogie. Kind of goes along with Barnyard Boogie. Maybe you could do a whole story time theme of boogie. This is Pete the Cat, the Cool Cat Boogie, and again, bright colors. We know that Cool Cat Pete is dancing all around, but I just wanted to show you, if you haven't seen this book, there is a dance in the back you can actually do. There's no music, but there's a dance. I guess you have to put some of your own boogie music on, but you can, says, I want to boogie with you, grab your boogie shoes, and it actually shows you the movements you can do just like Pete the Cat. All right, well, thank you for joining me today when we talked about books for ages 3 to 5 in relation to play. So go back to your library, do some story times, and have some fun playing with the kids.